Feels like the last day of school today.
It does, it really does.
Then we got summer school, so word, yeah.
J.J., where's the biggest area that you think you've grown since you arrived to where you're at right now?
I would say the biggest area of my growth has been my footwork and just being able to adapt what Coach O'Connell and Coach McCown and Coach Phillips want me to do. And I feel like that's helped everything because it's the foundation to every single play. So I'd say my footwork, yeah.
How would you just evaluate your spring as a whole since you got here?
I would evaluate it as, every single day I've just been focusing on new things to get better and progress on from the last day. I always try to be better tomorrow than I am today. And of course, growth it's not a straight line. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, but I'm trying to just maintain that trajectory of going up and up. And, I feel like I'm on that and, just attacking every day with a growth mindset, and it's been doing me well so far.
So is that easy to accept when you're on one of these? Is it like it's easier said than done sometimes, I think?
100%. Yeah, I definitely get down on myself just being a perfectionist that I am. But you have to. They're inevitable. Like, failure is inevitable in sports, and you just got to learn from them and learn from those little dips and, not be attached to them emotionally. So that's what I've been working on.
What kind of expectations do you put on yourself just going into this year?
The only expectations I put on myself is to know the playbook inside and out, to be the best teammate I could possibly be, show up and work harder than everyone else in this building. I don't know if I could outdo KO, but I'll try. Yeah, that's my only expectations for myself.
He was saying that it's going to be a competitive camp at all positions when the training camp opens. How will you kind of approach, obviously there's some veterans at your position here, and they're not in any rush to not play.
Yeah.
So, but how will you approach that from your perspective in terms of, I assume you want to play as soon as you can?
For sure. Being the competitor that I am, of course, but this is such a blessing for me. Like, I grew up watching Sam Darnold my entire life. Being able to just sit there and watch him, watch Nick, watch Jaron. It's not what they say to me, it's what they do. And just being a sponge and just observing them and eventually, hopefully, one day surpassing them. But right now, they're just phenomenal human beings that are, sharing their wisdom with me. And, I just can't thank them enough for that, and I can't wait for training camp.
When it comes to the footwork element, I guess how different from what you had done before at Michigan is it here when it comes to footwork?
It's different. I wouldn't say it's very different, but when you tie up all the individual footworks to all the individual concepts, obviously this playbook is a lot bigger than ours back in college, and I just feel like, every single day it just keeps getting better and better. Things start becoming more instinctual, and it's just the reps that are helping me progress the fastest along that path.
I've heard many guys who've been in the league a while talk about this offense as being difficult for just even an NFL offense. What have you thought when you talk about it being different or bigger than the volume in Michigan?
I would say it's difficult right away, but once you really dive into it and start compartmentalizing some of the concepts and the formations and the verbiage of the play calls and regurgitate it in the huddle, then it becomes smooth because everything makes sense. There's always a why behind everything, and that's something that I really appreciate because you play that much faster when, okay, I'm not going to say the whys and all the things that I've compartmentalized, but, a lot of things that led up to just playing more instinctual, and it is difficult, but, everything's difficult. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So
it sounds like just by examples when you've had to kind of pick apart why are we doing this and kind of get into the brain of the coach.
100%, yes, sir. Yeah.
How have you gone about downloading all that new information? Some guys record themselves on their phone. Back to it. Like, what do you do to learn everything?
Yeah, I do that as well. I'll listen back to it. Coach McCown sometimes will do he'll go through the script and say it in his phone and then send it to us, and that's always great to do. But I'll have my fiancee just read it back to me, and then I'll go through it, the whole play, and we'll do that almost every night, and that helps out a lot too. Plus, writing down the plays every single time we get the script and having that, you read it, you write it, you see it, and then you start hearing it, and then all that. So yeah,
I'm sure she thinks that's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's a hassle, but she understands, She understands.
Did you get much time with Justin Jefferson last week? He came in for minicamp for a few days there.
I really didn't, no. Obviously, we're locker neighbors, so it's nice to get those off-the-field interactions with him, but I think I might have thrown one ball to him, so yeah, that was about it.
In the locker next to him?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
What does the balance look like for you for this next 6 weeks between getting rest, maybe taking a vacation, enjoying some time out, but then when July 27th comes, you're locked in, ready to go?
I've been doing a lot of traveling, post national championship, so we're not going to go too many places or anything like that. We're going to stay here in the great state of Minnesota, enjoy this weather, and maybe do a little golfing. But, I'm just going to be in the facility as much as I possibly can and, focus on building habits that I could rely on when it starts getting hectic and crazy in training camp. So, yeah, I'm just going to be here working my butt off.
J.J., Kevin was talking a little bit about how this period of things is an opportunity for you to try things and experiment with throwing balls to different spots and just kind of using it almost more as a laboratory. How difficult is it to have that in one part of your mind and also say, I want to come out and put up results and make a good impression with what I do on the field?
For sure. That's something that I battled with in college, being process-oriented over outcome-driven. And, it's just that one play at a time mentality and realize out here it's okay to fail. It's okay to try to fit a ball in there and then watch the tape and be like, hey, we probably should have progressed on. So, I'm just focused on, the process and, the outcome will take care of itself. But, I'm just really focused on the process.
You a good golfer?
I'm all right. I wouldn't say good, but I'm all right. Yeah.
Sometimes quarterbacks are.
It's mandatory. Yeah, it's mandatory for sure. Yes. I could drive it. I could drive for the show, but not putt for the dough. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Are you doing the footwork around the house as well?
Oh, yeah.
He's doing that too?
Yeah, Sam actually told me that. Just work on getting that rhythm and making it instinctual. So, yeah, that was another great tip of his. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to start out by saying that Coach O'Connell is the best coach in the world. Shout out, Coach. So, questions?
Dallas, just what's the biggest thing that you have learned through from the moment that you got here to right now?
Really just learning how to be a Minnesota Viking right now, just being the best professional I could possibly be. But, really just getting acclimated, to being in Minnesota, being around the guys, a very good group of guys and stuff like that, But, just learning new stuff every day, so.
What do you want to do with this time off between camp?
Between camp, probably still train and stuff like that. But, definitely go out and just experience new things, like go on vacation, something like that, go to a place new. So, yeah.
What did you learn just from veterans about how to structure this time off?
Really just just the day-to-day stuff, like, being around guys like John Vigenard, Pat Jones, Van Ginkel and stuff like that. They taught me a lot, just watching them and how they approach things day-to-day, gave me my own way of how to approach things in my own way and stuff like that too. But just being around a great group of vets like that, plays a big contribution into what I have going on. So,
what is? Christian Darrisaw said you put a spin move on somebody that was faster than he'd seen in a while. Is that your signature move, or is that just something that happened?
I mean, it was kind of just a reaction. Appreciate it, CD, for that compliment. But CD, real good tackle for sure. My first day going against him, I kind of seen what he was like for real. But he liked that for sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. Both of them, Bo and CD.
Yeah. Do you know which side that was on? Was that referring to, or do you know which one he was referring to?
I forgot who I did the move on though, but I remember doing it though for sure. Yeah, it was a while ago.
What is the biggest thing you've taken from Jonathan Bernard so far, a guy who's obviously done it in the league?
Oh man, J.J, man, it's real ironic how we both on the same team, because when I was in high school, I was going to end up at the University of Florida because of him and a guy named Coach Grantham. So just watching him, and watching how he played in college from now, even last year, I used to watch him a lot at the Texans with Will. But just being around him every single day, we hold each other accountable. He pushes me every day. He kind of took that role, of taking me under his wing, and just showing me the ropes and stuff like that. So, I'm very grateful and appreciative having him in my room for sure.
Why were you going to go to Florida because of him? Just because you?
Nah, it's because I was, Florida guy, Florida boy, stuff like that. I was in like the 10th grade too at the time. And I was a JG fan at the time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to watch him, and he's the ball out. And so, I like the way he played. Me and him play the same way in the way. And so, we got the click very good. While we up here too. So, that's big bro for sure.
Dallas, has it been a little bit of a transition to get so much work done without pads? And
oh yes, for sure. Yeah, the workload from Alabama to the NFL in general, it's definitely a transition, but it's a good transition for sure with the workload and stuff like that and how intense things are. But I feel like it's more of a technical thing and stuff like that at the NFL level, and like really understanding of what you're doing and like the technique that you're doing, and it's really more technical. But I got a lot of great work at Alabama too. It got me here, so I'm real tired. Sure.
What's been the most surprising part of being in the NFL
The most surprising part, in my opinion, is probably like, everybody's human. Everybody's regular people. You hear the NFL, you think you guys dudes are like, super dudes and stuff like that. Everybody all serious, but like, people are regular people. They laugh, smile, joke, and just like us. So, but everybody got personality too. So, it's not just football at the end of the day.
A lot of the veterans have sang your praises already. What does that do for your confidence?
I mean, it boosts the confidence, of course, knowing that your peers are, acknowledging you and stuff like that. But, at the end of the day, you still got to work. We ain't even put pads on yet. So, I can't really say I did anything, I'm just staying humble right now. I ain't even play a game yet. So, there's still a lot more work to do. Still a lot more improvement to do and stuff like that. But, I'm definitely excited for what the future holds and for what me and my guys are going to do this season. Sure. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.